glorious, beautiful stars. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, January 8th, 2023. I'm going to take a minute and see if anybody moseys on in. I am doing excellent. Well, I guess I am still a little bit sick. I'm just going to see if any of my stuff pops up so I can see if I'm popping up for you. Oh, my beautifuls. You beautiful stars. May the sun always shine on you, the wind be on your back, and may every step you take be inspired. May it be so. Ah, well, it says I'm live here. It's not really telling me I'm live on any of my other devices. So how groovy is that? You know what I mean? How groovy is that? If anybody shows up, let me know if I'm live. Says I'm live. I might be live. Are you alive? Oh my goodness. There I am, my precious self. My precious little self. Okay. I'm doing that, even though this is not in the right format to see the chat. I wanted to see how everything would be rocking and rolling. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, my beautifuls. Oh, I didn't grab the list of questions. I should do that. You hold one moment. Yeah, I keep it old school, man. I still do everything in notebooks. I swear. At Christmas time, I give myself like 5 new notebooks. You gotta do it that way. I mean, it's, I don't like putting everything on the internet. But also, when you start working more in the metaphysical realm, you're not gonna sit there and type it all into your phone to remember. You're gonna write it down. So, anyways, I see I am here. There's 2 people watching. Thank you, you lovely stars. This is actually, and I'm taking a minute to see if people show up. This is actually the 2023 Akashic message for the energies of the entire year. Like, what's going on? And we are going to, be kind and rewind for a moment into 2022 and talk about what was really happening there for everybody. And I have been, those who hang out here at Stars in the Morning Light, I have really been trying to prepare everybody for 2023, but now I'm going to kind of have to just come with it and really help those understand what's going on. So, because this is not going to... Oh, hello, Cindy. Good to see you, my dear. Because there's going to be a lot going on. I have been trying to prepare everybody, though. And if I know a lot of you were actually doing those questions that I posed all week long. That's good, because we're going to go through them today. There is, method to my madness. Always method to my madness, no matter if people understand it or not. So, welcome everybody. If you're new here, this is Stars of the Morning Light. We do all sorts of different metaphysical conversations here, specializing in the Emerald Tablets and weekly messages as like today. But today, like I said, is a much broader one for the entire 2023 year. As I'm still waiting as a couple more come in, I gotta tell everybody, it's still blows my mind, even though we've lived through history and every day we're living through history. I had my 7th grade English teacher who inspired me in profound ways. He was a great teacher. Mr. Johnson at Jack Benny Middle School in Waukegan, Illinois. great teacher. I believe he has passed now. I remember one homework assignment, or one assignment was to write a story based on what 2020 was going to be, or 2000, the turn of the millennium. And man, us kids, because of all the propaganda and because of everything and just not understanding, all of our stories were like spaceships are coming and we're doing this and we're like all this insane stuff, right? He lost his mind on us. He lost his mind. I remember that was like, we turned it in on a Friday. He must have read all of them on the weekend. He came in that Monday and he was like, I never thought in an English class I would have to do math for y'all. We need to do some math. And he was like, what year is it? Which, who knows? It was somewhere in the early 90s. I think I was in middle school. And he goes, this is only a couple, you know, he was like, this is what, 18 years away or something? You're going to be in your you're going to be like 20 years old. And you think you're going to become an alien? Like, he just lost it. Like, do the math, you idiot children. Oh, he was great. And he would talk to us like that. And that's what people at that school needed. People at that school needed. That tough love, which I do all the time here. But it still blows my mind. It blows my mind. Whoa. 2023? Whoa. It just keeps on going. You can't fight the inevitable. A new year will come, right? So, that was a good time learning like, oh, I'm going to be like 20-something when that happens? Whoa. Jeez. Thanks for putting that into perspective for me. So, let's go back to 2022 for a minute. And thank you everybody for listening. I know many of you will hear it later. I will tell you, if you enjoy what you hear today, tonight is my first Patreon class of 2023 at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. My Patreon, we got a lot of great stuff going on over there and a great community building. Oh my goodness. A great community building. It's $5 or $8 a month. I mean, that's all we're asking to, you get 2 classes a month on top of a bunch of other stuff. So, come on through. Tonight's the first class of 2023 there. The link is definitely not in the description because I went live and it doesn't let me put all that jazz going on, I don't think, until later. And also the zodiac readings for January. I have not been able to do that. To obtain the information from the Akashic, one needs their consciousness, right? One needs a much higher consciousness. One also needs to be clairvoyant in many ways, which I am. I always have been. So, because I've been sick and on cold medicine, it's inhibiting my consciousness. So I haven't been able to get there for the zodiac reading of January, and I apologize for that, but there's really nothing I can do. I literally can't do things. Remember, we talk here all the time how consciousness is frequency. Well, the Akashic is really just the center of infinite potential. I mean, it's the being able to be aware of all things at all times that have or have not, because everything is, or is it, and it isn't. So, I haven't been able to do that yet. All right, so let's go back and rewind to 2022 for a moment, though. Whew! And I will give everybody a high five. You got through it, right? I got through it. 2022 was rough on everyone. And I think everybody just kind of, including myself, at some point, I just kind of gave up, and I was like, cool. I'm just going to flow with this because it was just too much. Lots of reasons why. Lots of reasons why. So let's back up the track just even more. 2020. We were all supposed to establish balance in our lives during that time. That's what that was all about. And in 2019, I had started a podcast with somebody else, and of course, that's not a thing anymore. But all through that, I kept saying, you know, it's going to be the year of learning self-care, learning self-care, learning. That was in 2019 to try to prepare people for 2020. Like, have this in place because 2020 is going to be trying to establish balance in your life. Well, we all know how that went down, right? Very difficult. 2021 was the year to try to establish trust. Hopefully everybody just went, what? What? Very difficult for most people. 2021 was there to help us establish trust between each other, the cosmos, ourselves. I trust myself, which is always first. Extremely difficult for everyone, right? A lot of this has not been achieved. 2022. We were supposed to take the balance we created in 2020, the trust that we developed in 2021, and in 2022 we were supposed to build our nice, wonderful structure to our foundation with those, right? With our foundation with those. And keep it structured and keep it, you know, intact. I could pose that question to any living person right now that I know of or that I communicate with. I know there's actually plenty of people that did achieve this. But the majority, including myself, none of that happened in 2022 for us. We did not solidify any kind of foundation based out of that balance and trust that we had supposedly built before. Now, to the point that everything in 2022, because we live in the world of polarity, we live in the world that's trying to work against our mastery present self, everything was there to, energy-wise, to keep us from that task, to keep us from creating that structure for us. And structure, guys, is order, balance, routine. Like, I'm trying to give it into practical terms. Hey, Jules, good to see you, darling. I'm going back in time to bring us into the future, Jules. So, barely any of us actually created that because everything was against us. But many of us, including myself, so I will start talking personally here in a moment. At some point, we realized, we gained the awareness of, wow, I have no balance right now. I don't know really who or what to trust right now. We gained the awareness, okay? But because of the energies moving so fast, and we had already gotten into the mix, well, then we're into physics. And propulsion kind of just kept getting in the way of us not stopping ourselves and going, okay, I got this awareness, so what do I do about it now? Oh, we just kept going and just kept kind of managing, trying to even hold on to the semi-structure that we had before that no longer serves us. I, for myself, did the same thing. I mean, I will tell you guys, I have not been in my norm of what I do in life, how I take care of myself, what even my normal morning routine. I have not been in it in a consistent basis since last mid-March. Yep. Because of all sorts of things. Major surgery, whole bunch of action going on. People visiting. It didn't matter. I mean, I had some huge things that went on, of course, that, yeah, I couldn't do my morning routine after a huge surgery. Like, I physically even couldn't, right? So by me knowing what's going on, right, by, I want to say by August, I just kind of went, all right, I'm not even gonna try to establish the structure anymore that I need to. But I'm still gonna take the benefits of all these energies. And what those benefits were, as I talked in December about a lot, and it's still happening. You can still do this, okay? So about mid-August, I was like, damn, I am not. I'm just not. Like, the propulsion has already got me going this way. Everything's going that way. Let's just do what we gotta do. But what I did do, because I know the value in it, is I then became an observer. And many people might not have noticed me observing, because I'm always doing. I mean, I was still doing. I was doing the whole time. Doing. I'm still sick because I was doing still this whole week, right? But what people don't know is that I was actually observing big time. I was observing my life and what I need, looking at what I previously did for all my beneficial self-care routines and metaphysical routines and everything I need to do, knowing what I used to do, looking at all that's going on now. I was observing what would be needed to be implemented into that going into 2023. I was observing my house. What does my family need? So from mid-August, no matter if everybody has seen me cuckoo crazy, doing, working hard, or even chilling by a bonfire, I was observing. Hello, Seeker of Truth, Shelly. Good to see you, sweetheart. I was observing what my home needs. What does my family need? My immediate home, what does it truly actually need? Not cosmetic, not this, not that. What does my home need? My loved ones. And then I was observing, what does my community need? Like, what do they actually need? Not all these concepts that we throw out there that sound like a great time. And they always are a good time. But what do they actually need? So I was observing all that stuff. I was aware of the fact that I was consciously doing this. Right? Taking those mental notes all the time. Taking those mental notes. I want to tell you all, you were actually doing the same thing. Even if you're aware of it or not. You were actually doing the same thing. That's why in the later part of 2022, and why we're saying, oh goodness, that we're out of that mess, is because you were doing the same thing, just not aware of it. You were having those moments, and if you start learning to catch your thoughts, they will mean a whole lot more to you. But you were starting to have those moments of, man, this doesn't work for me no more. Oh man, I gotta do this. Oh man, it's time. I gotta start doing this. I gotta do that. You start observing your family more. My spouse really needs this. My children really need that. You were doing it without even really acknowledging it, because the thoughts would come, and most people aren't trained to catch their thoughts. We talk so much on my Patreon, folks, about learning how to catch your thoughts, because awareness is the only thing that creates change. So we have to catch our thoughts. So everybody was doing this. They were. If you knew it or not, you were. And all of those little thoughts, they're still in you. They haven't gone anywhere. They're still there. Even if you might not remember them in this moment, they're still there. Now let's go into 2023. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're here. If you know anybody after or while you're listening to this that might be interested, or even later, share it out, guys, because we're about to get into 2023. Let's start with our questions. So I posed 7 questions. I do want to tell you, the title of this, it's probably not even up to, whoa. I guess this is our card for today. The title for this came from the records, and they wanted me to use open with no expectation. We're going to talk about that. Expectation is a tricky word, but we're going to talk about it. And open is a tricky word for many as well. I personally probably would have went with a different title, but I got to roll with the records, you know. The first question that I posed this past week was, what do you miss? Oh, good job, Shelly. Cool. Shelly just said she has her questions out and the answer is ready. The first question, all of this, guys, because you had already, I didn't tell anybody this, of course, you know. People kind of don't like that about me, that I keep things a little bit secret until the reveal. It is what it is. I knew that all of your observations were in you. I knew that. So the first question was, what do you miss? And this could have been, these were all supposed to be very easy. Hey, intuition, ask the question. Hey, Courtney, as you would state your name, blah, blah, blah question, right? And then your immediate response. And I'll tell you guys, one of my answers, I'm still like, whoa, how does that fit into all of this? I think that one's very multi-layered for me. So the first question was, what do you miss? And you can take a moment and ask yourself that now. That's key. That's key as to what we're going to be talking about. The next one was, what bothers you? And if you need to, you can maybe live, so you can't really pause, but you can, you know. What bothers you? It's okay to be bothered by things. You know, the New Age movement puts so much restriction on being human. It's unreal. The New Age movement bothers Courtney. Sorry. Oh man, that wasn't my answer though, by the way. The next one was, what is calling to you? You know, when you're driving your car, you're around, you're taking a shower, you get a quiet moment to yourself, what pops into your head? What's calling to you? When you like to sit around and daydream about all the possibilities in life, what's calling to you? Synchronicities. Has there been something over and over again popping up, calling to you? Then it was, what would you change? I think that one was probably the most easiest for everybody. Because we always got answers for that, don't we? I changed. We're looking for one, folks. Whatever the first reaction was in your head, what would you change? The next one was, what makes you remarkable? And in that little short video, I did say, you know, there's a difference about being remarkable, or even kind of in line with rememberable, instead of like unique. Everybody's unique. Everyone's unique. You beautiful stars, you individual, beautiful beings, right? Everyone's unique. There's absolutely nothing. I mean, our fingerprints teach us that, right? But remarkable. Rememberable, if you want to use that word. That's a whole different thing. So what makes you remarkable? The next one I do hope was easier for people. Who do you love? And who loves you? Who do you love and who loves you? I'm hoping for everybody there's an answer there. And it doesn't matter number of how many or who it is. It does not matter. And the last one that came out yesterday, so you might not have even seen it, was, how do you experience love? That one's probably tricky for people. How do you experience love? Not feel love. Feelings are attached to our experiences. Feelings are attached to our intuition. But experience is a more, it's a bigger, broader concept than just feeling. So how do you experience it? How is the action taken in love? So thank you, Miss Shelley. Shelley just said these are great questions. Thank you. Oh, jeez. So I just noticed after these questions came from the records too. I didn't just come up with these questions. Because last Sunday, I wasn't able to be here, and I was like, whoa, I can't give this message, and so help me out, what am I supposed to do? And they said, do these questions, get to them next Sunday. And so their line, as I'm reading my own handwriting again, their title was Open with No Expectation. The theme of this is supposed to be how to thrive in the collective love. How to thrive in the collective love. That's probably a big underlining theme. Maybe with our card that we pulled real quick. This is our, I'm letting everybody kind of catch up with those questions right now. This is our Sacred Geometry deck. Number 13, Coherence. 13 is my favorite number. I got it tattooed on my chest, honestly. You know, what you don't have to do in life. I didn't know how impactful, like how important 13 was going to become to me when I did that as a kid. But 13, coherence. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we deserve. We get this card once in a while. I literally just said, oh, the theme should be how to thrive in the collective love. Let's read it again. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for the optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. We desire and we deserve. Oh my goodness, look at that card. Look at that sacred geometry. I'm so happy I have a new camera now so I can actually, you guys can see all the little details. Yep. Oh, my beautiful lovelies. Okay, so 2023. Let's hit it. Let's get it. All of your awareness is still in you. All of your observations. All those times that you went, oh my goodness, something's got to give. Oh my goodness, something's got to change. Oh my goodness, I'm not feeling loved enough. Oh my goodness, why can't people understand the words coming out of my mouth? All of it. All those little things. Seeing your loved ones. Oh man, they really need this. They need this kind of support more. They need that. They need this. They need to spread their wings. Whatever it may be. It's all still there. I'm asking you to rewind the tape. Play it back for a minute. Use these questions to help you out going into 2023. Because the propulsion got everybody. I also want to point out with these observations, with this awareness that you were doing, not even knowing it, you were also, which I think really 2022 for me personally, not even me, me personally looking at the collective, right? I believe 2022 was the first year, which would make sense as to what we're stepping into, was the first year that humans really, even if they're aware of it or not, began to understand cause and effect. They were observing their own cause and effects. But the problem that happened was propulsion got us. And so many, especially the last few months, last quarter of the year, it was going so fast, so furious, so much stuff thrown at it, that we didn't catch the fact that we were actually witnessing and observing and learning how cause and effects truly works. It is there though. In my humble opinion, because very few were able, including myself, to create that foundation that was really needed, that kind of fell in the substitution area for the lack of building the foundation, was for people to really wrap their heads around cause and effect in their own lives and collectively. That moving forward, I'm thankful that substitution kind of came in, right? You can't ever take something away without it being replaced with something else, and it can happen instantaneously. But most people don't know that. And that's, in my humble opinion, that's what kind of happened. Because at some point, like I said, mid-August, I went, shoot, I can't even keep up with it. I'm sure nobody else is. So, what's coming in its place then? You know? And barely any of us are doing what we're supposed to be doing. Because we're just not, what have you, propulsion, physics. Then what's going to replace that? people actually learning cause and effect. So, which cheers to that. Good job, everybody. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Good job. So, leading into this a lot, and I will go into the whole thriving in the collective love. Leading into this, though, for a few months now, I've been talking about being in the eye of the storm. So many people are talking about 2023 as being not just a storm, many storms. We can see it as many tornadoes all over the place. Just tornadoes, right? And I've been trying to say, be in the eye of it. Now be the eye. 2023 is the threshold. What happens in 2023? Because a lot of us are still working on a lot of things, right? All of the energies that will be presented, positive, negative, I don't really say good or bad, positive, negative, because it's frequency, it's energy. All of it that will be presented is there for you to take the cause and effect that you learned about, take all these little things that you observed and became aware about that you need, your family needs, and the community needs, and start implementing slowly, right? We've been talking about this. Wow. Wow. A bunch of different weird storms will be happening. We already know stuff about technology is going to be knocking on our door. Stuff that we may or may not agree with. It's inevitable. We already know, and if you don't, you should. Issues around health. You becoming aware of things that you want to implement in your life for greater health, and also issues around health, because there's always going to be positives with negatives in the world of duality, right? Which is fine. We just get to have what's awesome about being human is we get to have the choice as to which we want to ride. Just because there's, negative energies out here doesn't mean we even have to give them any credence. We don't have to do anything with them. But it is there. I mean, definitely by end of March and April, headed into May, those 3 months, really, there will be an increase in everyone about their awareness of health for various different reasons. Awesome, good, right? We have the freedom of choice. We do. And the argument is that we don't, but we do. So we know this, technology. We know health is going to be on the forefront in a lot of ways. A lot of people are worried about the weather. They're worried about a lot of things. The worry is astronomical. And we also understand why. I mean, here in the States, just in the past 3 weeks, it's like, what is happening with the weather? We knew this was going to happen. Most people did. That the weather was going to start doing some insane stuff because of the flippy floppy of the poles that we talk about here at Stars of Morning Light. There's going to be a lot of storms. Physically, economically, personally, collectively, all around, in different categories, mostly technology, mostly health, mostly economic. Whoa, which it's like, okay, that's everything, right? For most people, that's everything. Lots of different kind of storms all happening. And we've been talking about being in the eye of it. Why would we want to be inside that storm? Let's say it is a tornado. We all know how tornadoes work. Why would we want to be being thrown around, just being thrown around, believing all this crap that's, being said? Why would we want to be thrown around, with fear? Why would we want to be thrown around when we have a simple choice of being right in the center and walking within the calmness in the eye of the storm? I-Y-E. I, awareness, observer in the center, awareness, observer in the center. A lot of people, actually, I didn't know this, but let's talk about it for a minute. A lot of people don't even understand what that means, observer. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you. A lot of people don't know what that really means. So let's talk about it in just a physical sense for a minute. And then I'll go into some metaphysical stuff. Esoteric jazz, As an observer, it's exactly what you would think in your mind. I'm going to hang back and just watch what happens. The difference is, though, is the energies that will be here in 2023 going on. 2023 is literally we are crossing into the threshold. We're not at the age of Aquarius yet, folks. I love you, but we're not. And a lot of different astrologers go back and forth on this, and you hear a bunch of different jazz all over the place. We're not exactly there. We're in the pre-season, the pre-phase. We're in the walking through the threshold into it for 2023, 2024, and 2025. We got the next 3 years to really wrap our head around a bunch of concepts, fix our stuff, know our mastery present self, the great I am. I am the great I am. Right? That word wasn't for anybody else. That was for you. That was for me. That was for everybody. We're walking into it. We're crossing into the threshold. We're in the if the age of Aquarius was, a big old, concert or something, we're still hanging out in the lobby. It's not here yet, guys, but we're real close. Those drums will start to sound, but we got like 3 more years, which is beautiful. Thank God, which is beautiful. Which is beautiful because, my goodness, nobody's really ready for that. Now, are they? We're hopeful, though, because it's literally all of this threshold. So 2023 is like, I guess that's the analogy I'm going to use. Okay, so the Age of Aquarius is this really great music concert that we all want to go to. Everybody wants to go to because life is color and music, right? Singing in color, living in music. Anyways, it's a line from the Emerald Tablets. If you don't know, be with us on Fridays. Let's say the Age of Aquarius is that. Like the best music concert you could possibly ever imagine. And if you love smooth jazz, it's the best smooth jazz. If you love heavy metal, it's the best heavy metal. It doesn't matter. It's the best for everybody. The absolute best. That's what the Age of Aquarius can be, right? where we are right now is some of us have gotten our ticket scanned to go in, and there's still tons of a line behind us. So some of us are inside in the lobby area or wherever, hanging out, grabbing a beer, doing what we're doing before the show. The show hasn't started. It hasn't started yet. But man, the excitement. Oh, talking to everybody about the great show we're going to watch, right? I'm so pumped to be here. I've saved up 40 something years to pay for this ticket, right? I've gone through every lifetime over and over again since the beginning of time to be to this grand, awesome concert. That's the momentum that we're in. We're all getting into the lobby going, oh man, I can't wait. This is going to be flipping awesome, right? But this is actually a really great analogy. But there's going to be stuff in the next, definitely in the next 2023 and the next 3 years, that it's going to be like you go to scan your ticket for the best show in your life, and there's some rules and regulations that you didn't know about. And there's some rules and regulations you don't agree about. There's some rules and regulations that kind of stop you in your tracks and you go, what the hell are you talking about, ticket man? Right? Happens at like every show, especially now because of all the goofiness. There's going to be a lot of that too. So, and we know every time the ticket man stops you, let's go through your purse. Let's go through everything. Let's patch you down. What do you got going on? Every time a ticket man stops somebody, it holds up the line. It holds up the line. So the ones that have already gone through and are in the lobby, man, we're hanging out. We're having a good time. We're kind of waiting. We're trying to keep the momentum going. Yeah, it's the best show of our lives. Of the entire Grand Scale Collective. Best show ever. And then we keep going. I'll tell you this. We keep looking back on what the hell's taking so long. And then we get to see, oh, damn, the ticket guy. The ticket guy keeps stopping every single one of them. So, that's what's really going on. That's what it's like in the lobby. I'm sure the line is getting cold and tiring and hungry. I'm sure the line is. I will tell you though, all you gotta do is actually just get through the ticket guy. Doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. And then you're in the lobby, and once everybody kind of gets here, enough people get here, and we only got a few more years to go. When the age of Aquarius actually hits, the greatest show we've ever known. That's what I'm trying to say. So, man, I can't wait. Can't wait. Just walk through just let the ticket guy do what the ticket guy does, because you know what? It's not going to matter once you're in. Once the music starts playing and we're all together, dancing, creating, it's not going to matter. So, I hope that analogy helps everybody as to what's really going on. So, and if you like that analogy and you think somebody's going to resonate with that analogy as to what's happening here, share this, please. Hit the like button. Give your girl some support, because I'm going to tell you right now, everybody that's listening and who will listen later, whoever has ears to hear, YouTube is definitely not circulating any of my stuff. I've very much came in awareness of that. I mean, I'm very aware of that right now. I'm not a little baby channel, but it's not circulating. So hit that like button, please. Let's see if that'll change that story. So, being in the eye of the storm, you're like, wow, Courtney, you just went into this whole analogy about going to a concert. On your way to the concert, let's just keep using this analogy. On your way to the concert, there's tornadoes everywhere. I mean, there's a lot of people that bought their ticket, but they haven't even gotten in the car to drive to the concert yet. Right? And then there's a lot of people that are standing out there. There's a lot of things happening. But let's just keep using this analogy. You're on the way to this grand concert of life, this age of Aquarius. You got your ticket. Your favorite buddies are in the car with you. Your peoples. You got your ticket. You got to now get to the show. But everywhere around you seems to be tornadoes. How do you drive like that? How do you stay safe? And ladies and gentlemen, please, anyone who's listening, this is all an analogy. This is not what you do if there's a tornado. Of course, I have to say that. Don't try to drive into the center of a tornado. But as we're using this as a metaphor, as a concept, get into that center. Get into that center. Get into that center and roll with it. Go with it. How do you think you get past the ticket man? Has the ticket man changed your mind? Has the ticket man at this concert actually done anything to you when we go to create something completely new? Has the ticket man done a damn thing other than to hold up the line? If you are in the center of the tornado, as the eye observing, as the eye all-knowing, can that tornado hurt you? Nope. Because you're just moving along with it. You're just moving along with it. You're just moving along with it. Just moving along. The tornado can't hurt you. Ticket man can't hurt you. Can't hurt you. And I know I did post, it's a few weeks ago now. You know what the benefits are about being the eye of the storm? The all-seeing, the all-knowing, the all-observing. Rolling with it, moving with it, not affected by it. You know what's really awesome about that? Somehow, as we learn in storms, shit just falls out of the sky. It just falls out of the sky. Other people's trash is now my glorious foundations. Awesome. Other people's, what falls out of their pocket falls into mine. Awesome. It's great. Shit just falls out of the sky when the storms happen. And if I'm in the center of it, I can literally have it just drop in my hands. Literally. And instant manifestation is possible. It is possible. I gotta tell you guys, so I appreciate all those that have been sticking through this. It's kind of a long story, long show. I'm kind of waiting to see if more will pop in and also just doing my thing. Because I will be getting to the great I am here in a moment. How can you be in an eye and not know who you are as the great I am? You can manifest. You can manifest anything you want. I will say, since about mid-August, well, no, about past mid-August, but after I had gone, geez, I'm not even going to try anymore. I'm just going to roll with this baby, I, at some point, though, I think probably late September, October-ish, I went, I'm not even going to bother trying to manifest anything big right now. Because I chose, like I said, to focus more on the observer role. Like, I'm not going to try to manifest, right? Not anything big, but I manifest all the time. I mean, that's the only way I'm actually ever surviving. Or living, I should say. But we can do it at any point. We can do it at any point. You know, I got money trees in my hands if I need to. I will tell you, at the beginning of December, I looked at my December and I went, whoa, December. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Like this. I went, okay. I went, I need 200 in each hand. I need 200 in each hand. I knew that going into December. I need at least an extra 400. I need 200 in each hand. I knew it. So I did my thing. And I said, this is going to happen. In December. Right? At some point. I did my thing. Everybody's got their own thing. But that's what I did. Because money tree's in my hand. 2 and 2. I want $400, right? Me, I have to do it this way because I would probably just give everything I got away for absolutely free. That's a serious issue with Life Path 33s and some other stuff in my chart. To the point that they die destitute. Yeah, we're not going to be destitute. I know better. But it's very hard for me. So I need that. 200 in each hand. That's what I need. Me, though, being who I am, kind of was doing everything to work against me in December. But did that 400 show up in a way completely unknown to me? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So we can manifest. We can manifest anything we want instantaneous, as I teach a lot in my moon manifesting classes. We can do it. However we need to, we can make it happen. So why are we going to worry about, going back to the metaphor analogy stuff that I was using before, why are we going to worry about the ticket man who's just trying to hold up the line when we can manifest whatever we want? Our card, number 13, coherence. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for the optimal ability to create the reality we desire. There we go. So how do we sustain ourselves? How do we sustain ourselves in the eye of these storms? How do we do that? And I'm going to talk about how, and then I'm going to talk about the practicality of how it should look for those in 2023. Because I always try to bring it back down to the real. Like, you know, how do we really do this? We're going to be in the eye of the storm. It's a choice. I mean, you could be flipping around with these tornadoes. You can jump right into the tornado. Human free will took me a very long time to wrap my head around, because it's frustrating to us that live it and also us that, see it. Human free will can be very frustrating. But it's your choice. If you want to jump into the tornadoes, rock out. That's fine. I don't suggest it. Everything I do say is a suggestion. You can do what you want to do, right? But let's suppose you want to choose to be in the eye of the storm, just rolling along with it. Just rolling along with it, right? Letting other people's stuff just drop into your hands. Letting whatever that storm's going to drop to fall into your hands. Good stuff. You can manifest. How do we do that though? 2023 is going to be amazing with you learning how to implement that. We've already talked about become more of the observer. You actually have already begun that, even if you weren't aware of it. Much more the observer. It's exactly what you think it is. You sit back and you watch. You realize, actually, this tornado can't hurt me because I'm right in the center of it. I'm a part of the system, but I'm not contributing to any of this destructive wind. I'm a part of the whole, but I'm not terrorizing anything. I'm a part of it because I'm the eye that's seeing all of it, that's understanding and knowing, and I'm observing. I'm the eye of the storm. But am I contributing to any of the fast-paced fear, majority rules, insanity? No, I'm not doing that. But you do have to be in it somewhere. Or either it's going to very much take you and your house down, or it's going to spin you around like a crazy person. I literally did as a kid. I once saw a cow flying in the air. We were in the old coal cellar of my grandma's house because tornadoes. But there still was the old hatch or the little window that the coal would be, put in, thrown into to get it into the cellar. And I'm watching outside, watching everything flying around, and I kid you not, this cow. It can happen. Do you want to be that, just being thrown and tossed around every which direction? No. So how do you not do that? 2023 gives you optimal, like tons, a brilliant amount of times to practice. I am. Every time something is said, something is done, something does not jive with you, in the news, with people, fears, whatever it may be, internally, that is an opportunity to go, I am the great I am. I am, and finish your sentence. You can say, I am, whatever your I am affirmations need to be. I tend to keep myself simple. Of course, this year I'm going to pick it up a bit more. I have one that I definitely say that I don't share here, but my general is, I am happy, I am healthy, I am love, I am light. I can keep it that simple. And in 2023, create your own. I am stillness. I am the observer. I am all-knowing. I am free. I am capable. I am light. I am wisdom. Whatever it may be. For any particular movement, start saying it. Because what will happen is it will trigger your mind. Everything is consciousness. Frequency is consciousness. To remind you, well, that's right. I know I have to be in the center of all this. I know I have to be going with the storms. I know I gotta be going with them, but I don't have to be a part of them. It's gonna remind you of that. And then it's gonna make you real firm in whatever your decision is. I am peace. I am joy. I am love. Whatever it needs to be in that moment, start doing it. And everything in 2023 is going to be a practice to get you to understand you are the great I am. We all are. The collective is. You individually, me, all of us. All of us. So we've already talked about you are already observing. Now I'm asking you through the questions I gave to become aware of what you were observing. Now, then we went briefly, because you know, guys, I don't sit here and talk about all the bad. I don't. I never have, and I never will. I will never try to fearmonger and, you know, go into the collapse of anything. I will not do that. Because we're creating, as we speak, abracadabra, as Lucky's been saying. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. So I won't do that. But what I will do is present the idea that everything is an opportunity for you to practice coming to fully understand and know through your experience, because everybody should have in 2022 wrapped their head around cause and effect to the utmost. Everybody really understands how that works. Now take cause and effect into manifesting. It's an opportunity. Everything positive, negative, all energies are there for you to understand now. Start experiencing now. You are the great I am. And we are, like I'm just kind of rewinding a little bit of what has already been said. We are at the entryway of the age of Aquarius. We have not gone there yet. But it's cool. I mean, this is good. We need this. We need more growth, more study, more wisdom, more experience, more development. We do. We do. So the Akashic wanted to entitle this Open with No Expectation. How to thrive in the collective love. Well, A, that's your first part. Taking everything as an opportunity to be the eye of all these storms. I observe. I am knowing. I am all knowing. I am. That's your first. How do you thrive in it? That's first. The next, as we've been trying to talk about for months now, is take all your awareness. Sorry, I was trying to read Lucky's comment but couldn't see it. Hello, Lucky. Good to see you. And Daniel, good to see you. Oh, and Lady of the Lake, good to see you. My phone's kind of turned that way and it's hard to see all of it here. We take all the awareness. You can use those questions that I posed. You take all the awareness that actually 2022 was supposed to use differently, but we still have it. We still obtained it all. We still obtained what we personally need, what our family needs, and what the community needs. We take all of that. And then, as we are establishing ourselves, and I keep doing this as if, ladies and gentlemen, you beautiful stars, you beautiful bright lights, please understand, by the end of 2023, going into 2024, many, many, many of you, because experiencing, by the end of it, it's going to be as if you take your stake and you put it in the ground and you go, I am the great I am. I'm done with this, right? I know who I am. I know my power. I know I create as I speak. I know what I do. I know what's best. It's going to be like that. But it's going to come through, not just going through these storms as the I, the observer, I, the all-knowing, I, seeing all. It's not going to be just that. You're going to take all the awareness from 2022, and like we've been talking about, we're going to completely do these small implements of putting actions, putting cares, changing things up little by little for first, what's best for ourselves, what's best for our home, your people, whoever that may be. And then the community. And I've said it a million times here, we cannot handle healing the collective if we don't even understand what the community needs, right? So that is what 2023 is there to usher in. First ourselves, our home, community. And we're going to take all the awareness from 2022 that was really hard to grasp, really hard to hold on to because of the pace. 2023 is going to go just as fast, but we are a hell of a lot smarter. It's not going to catch us this time. We're a whole lot smarter. And we're going to do little implementations along the way. Because we also, on a grand scale, the collective has completely allowed the concept of cause and effect to become one with them. They understand. They get it. So think about that. You plant seeds first before you have a harvest. 2023 is truly the year of planting the seeds. Okay, I'm going to start my little health regimen. Just little, but I'm going to say consistent. Because I am in the eye of the storm. Just moving right along. Just moving right along. I'm not going to be blown around. So I will. I'm going to start my little health regimen. Oh, what does my family need? Okay, I'm going to implement those little things. Okay. What does my community need? It can be small as well. Just little things, little implements, here and there. While every time confirming to keep ourselves as the eye of the storm, steady, moving with it. Because there's no way to move, literally you have to be a part of it. There's no way to not, when there's going to be that much going on. Either, like I said, you can completely be in denial and, if these are a bunch of tornadoes around, okay, that's completely unsafe and your house is going to get, hit or something. Or you're choosing to get right in the midst of it and be blown all over the place and just all the chaos, all the clamor and communication, right? Or you can choose to be the eye, the most calmest place ever in the midst of all of it. You do your great I ams. You slowly start implementing everything that became very apparent and aware to you in 2022. And because, oh my gosh, it's been so grateful. I've been so great. The gratitude in me is so deep. Knowing that the collective has fully understood cause and effect. And what I mean by that, it's not like we didn't know basic science or, right. It's not that we didn't know that. It's that when we take that really in, as the collective has, it helps us to understand our spot in the midst of all of this. It helps us to understand that you, me, everyone does serve a purpose here. Because of your individual cause and effect, it goes out. Because all is energy. It goes out to your family, right? Then it will branch out to the community. People really start to learn about their own personal cause and effects. And the fact that they learn that now, that's where change can really start happening. All change has to come from awareness. That's where it starts. And having that awareness. And then we're going to start implementing it in 2023 in little ways for ourselves first. Our life, our little community life, our home, our tribe, our community. That could be work. That could be where you actually live locationally. That could be your online communities. And that's fine. But where we start implementing this, knowing cause and effect, that's where it starts. That's where it's going to be. That's where it's going. And we have to do this. We don't fully step into the full change of the collective until really, guys, post 2025. But I love it that way. We gotta stay positive here. I love it that way because not enough people understand they are the great I am and that they can manifest instantaneously. The records wanted me to call this open with no expectation for 2023, like all of 2023. And it's like, okay, I'm telling people will be in the eye of the storm. That's a closed off little area. But as I've been telling you the whole time, as you're in that eye of the storm, as we all know, shit just falls out of the sky with storms, as I said already on this program. Be open with no expectation. People get a little weary with openness. Open just means as how they want you to receive this, as live life without fear. Be open to, open your eyes, really, actually. Open your eyes, but live life without fear. Like, if you were gifted as a child to not have to live in fear, that kind of experience. Or the moments in life that fear wasn't present. That. Imagine a world without it. Open to live life without fear. Are there going to be complications? Are there going to be tornadoes and you're the eye, right? That's okay. You're in the eye of the storm. Your eyes are open. And you're open to receiving whatever falls out of it. The majority of the time it'll be good. Occasionally, whoa, that's kind of crappy, that just fell into my hands, that fell from the storm. You know why that's okay as well? Because you are the great I am. You already know how to fix it. You already know how to work with it. You already know how to throw it back into the storm and let it go. You already know how to do all that. So they were trying to use the word open to not just open your eyes. Eye of the storm, the great I am. But to, and I'm going to be talking about it probably all of 2023. Be open to trying to live without fear. Their tagline was how to thrive in the collective love. We're going to end with that too, and I know this is going a bit over. But their title from the Akashic was really open without expectation. As most people know here, I, Courtney, will tell you, no, you can have expectations in life. Here's the difference, though. I just talked about how in December, prior to December, I had looked at everything and I went, whoa, we're going to need at least an extra $400. And so I looked at my money trees in my hands. I said, okay, hands. I need 200 in each hand. You know, I need an extra 400 bucks. I expected that $400 sometime in December. Sometime, I was really hoping obviously, the holidays. But I was expecting it somewhere in December. That was my expectation. Yep. I will tell you, I always have, with my manifesting, oh yeah, I put expectations like that on it. I do. Because it's what I need to manifest. How it came, though. How it comes. No expectation. How that felt, how that happened for me, even though I kind of was doing everything in my power to not have that happen, it was weird what I did. But yeah, it still showed up. Because I did have that expectation. I did have that intent. I did have that. That is fine. What it looks like, how it's going to be given to you, vastly different. That's in the realm of manifesting, right? Which 2023, you can start practicing that all you want. In the realm of what we're talking about here, open without expectation is more so open your eyes, open to living without fear, and learn to catch whatever falls in your hand from the storm and decide what to do with it. No expectation. There could be possibly a whole lot of great, I mean, guys, this can be a year, especially towards the later half of the year, that a whole lot of great blessings and manifestations and prosperity and favor just starts flowing from these storms, right? A lot of it. But you gotta be open to receiving, and you gotta be open with no expectation. You gotta be open. You also have to open your eyes. I want to leave that aspect of it because it's kind of a two-parter, right? Open to receiving and working with whatever you do get as the great I am. And the open with no expectation with thriving in the collective love. If anything, if you're new here, welcome. Good to see you. I'm Courtney, host of Stars of the Morning Light. Most of you have heard me say this, that I spent most of my life not saying forgive them, for they know not what they do. I spent most of my life saying forgive us, for we know not what we do. Because I don't do the separation thing. I just don't. There is no separation. And I know I mess up just as much as anybody else, right? So, geez, let me throw myself in the mix. Forgive us, for we know not what we do. Meaning, I'm just saying in general. Right now, though, 2023 is going to be the year not so much to practice compassion anymore, but to truly be open to love. The collective love, to experiencing it, to being open to what that feels like. What is that? And to give into the collective love. It starts with your community. It starts with you. You're a part of the collective. It starts with you, then your home, and then the community. And I will tell you, the collective love definitely exists. I mean, it exists more beyond anything that all this other jazz wants to tell us exists. And that's why the last question from this past week, preparing us for this message, was, how do you experience love? Because 2023, if you are open, without expectations of what it's going to look like, you can plan the plan, but you can't plan the outcome. Without expectations, if you're open to experiencing the collective love, while you are demonstrating yourself as the great I am in these little pockets of moments for yourself, feel out your own power is going to be amazing. Amazing. And within you feeling out your own power, you get to also feel the collective love. So, I opened it just now with saying, I used to say that a lot. Forgive us for we know not what we do. Just when I would see some crazy stuff and be like, whoa, whoa, that human, whoa, what's going on over there? I would immediately forgive us for we know not what we do. Because I didn't want to try to ever have myself separate from that other human, because we're not, right? This year, though, it's love us, for we know not what we do. Love us. Just love us. There's going to be a lot of moments, you, me, everybody. Are we going to do it correctly? Hell no. I'm sorry, we're not. Nobody's going to do it correctly. Absolutely no one's going to do it correctly. Love us, for we know not what we do. We, you, me, the collective, your home, your community, your boss, everybody. Are they going to get perfect? Are they going to know what to do every time something falls out of that storm? Are they going to know how to get themselves out of the storm if they chose to willingly jump into it and didn't know how bad it was going to be? Are they going to know? Are they going to make decisions like that because they don't know? We love us because we don't know what. We love us, for we know not what we do. We love us, for we know not what we do. And in that, there's forgiveness. There's compassion. There is the collective. All of it. 2023, if you so choose, can be the greatest year of you learning how powerful you are through your ability to love. That's it. That's it. And I will leave you with this because I know I'm going to be talking about it more as we go through 2023. For me personally, one of the greatest things that's going to come out of this entire year experience is the majority of us. We are going to find that thing that we're never going to stop loving. We're going to find that thing. May it be a skill, a craft. May it be another being. May it be what is calling to you, like one of the questions I had asked. That's the great. I'm getting so excited about this for people. Throughout all this journey of you really learning your power, slowly, steadily, eye of the storm, the great I am, with you learning that over and over again through your freedom of choice. The outcome can be you find what you will never stop loving. You're going to learn so much about love, and I implore you to do that, because love is how you manifest, love is how you thrive, love is the only true reality. It is where your mastery presence lies. And finally, we have crossed into the threshold that is available for all mankind. And I give you appreciation and gratitude for listening as long as you have. I adore you all so much. You are the great I am. I am you as you are me. Together we are one in complete harmony. I love you so dearly. Blessed be you, beautiful stars. I will see you again, of course. If you think this resonates with anyone, please share it with people. Definitely hit that like button if you can help me out, because YouTube is not circulating my stuff. And if you like what you hear here, Stars of the Morning Light, just below, think about subscribing. Hit that bell. It helps a sister out. So, namaste, all you lovely people. Oh, keep shining, stars. Thank you.